Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Kishore Kishori ki jai, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Marani ki jai, Gaunitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we're continuing with Canto 10, Chapter 22, and there's several texts today. Text 9, 10, 11, and 12. Text 12 is on the board, but I'm going to go progressively, so I'll read texts 9, 10, and 11, and then we can chant responsively text 12. So, text 9. Tesham vasamsi upadaya nipam uruhya satvaraham haradipi praharsan halai parihasamuvachaham. And the translation for text 9. Taking the girl's garments, he quickly climbed to the top of a kadamba tree. Then as he laughed loudly, and his companions also laughed, he addressed the girls jokingly. Text 10. Atragatya halakamam swam swam vasa pragrihyatam satyam bruyani no narma yadyayam vrata kashitaha. Translation of text 10. Lord Krishna said, "My dear girls, you may each come here as you wish and take back your garments. I'm telling you the truth, and I'm not joking with you, since I see you're fatigued from executing austere vows." Text 11. Thank you very much. Namayodita purvam va amritam tadime vidu ekshikshatsaha pratichadyam sahaiveti sumadhyamaha. And the translation for text 11. I've never before spoken a lie, and these boys know it. Therefore, O slender-waisted girls, please come forward, either one by one or all together, and pick out your clothes. And then text 12, which is on the board, and we can chant responsively. Tasya tajyelitam drishtva gopya prema pariplutai Ridita prekshya kanyonyam jata hasananiryayu tasya tajyelitam drishtva gopya prema pariplutai Vridita preksha kanyonyam jata hasanani yayu tasya tajvelitam drishtva gopya prema paripluta Vridita preksha kanyonyam Jataha sananiryayu. Please chant. Tasya tache litam drishtva Gopya prema paripluta Vidita preksha chanyonyam Jatahasana niryayu. And the word for word, asya, is tat, that. Shelitam, joking behavior. Drishtva, seeing. Gopya, the gopi. Prema paripluta, fully immersed in pure love of Godhead. Ridita, embarrassed. Preksha, glancing. Cha, and. Anyanyam, upon one another. Jatahava, beginning to laugh. Naniryayu, they did not come out. And the translation for text 12. Seeing how Krishna was joking with them, the gopis became fully immersed in love for him. And as they glanced at each other, they began to laugh and joke among themselves, even in their embarrassment. But still, they did not come out of the water. In the purport, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains this verse as follows. The gopis were from most respectable families, and they might have argued with Krishna. Why don't you simply leave our clothes on the bank of the river and go away? Krishna might have replied, but there are so many of you that some of the girls might take clothes belonging to another. The gopis would reply, we are honest and never steal anything. We never touch another's property. Then Krishna would say, if that's true, then simply come and get your clothes. What is the difficulty? When the gopis saw Krishna's determination, they were filled with loving ecstasy. Although embarrassed, they were overjoyed to receive such attention from Krishna. He was joking with them as if they were his wives or girlfriends, and the gopis' only desire was to achieve such a relationship with him. At the same time, they were embarrassed to be seen naked by him. But still, they could not help laughing at his joking words, and even began to joke amongst themselves, one gopi urging another, go ahead, you go first, and let us see if Krishna plays any tricks on you. Then we will go later. Om Jnanatimandasya Gananjana Shlakaya Chakshurin Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagat Pate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapsa Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavan Ishvari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpataribhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnebhyo Namo Namaha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimati Ramapada Swami Iti Namine Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So these are several verses, and even though there wasn't commentary in the Srimad Bhagavatam, they are commented upon by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and rather extensively. So I'm going to cover as much as I'm able within the time period here. So just to set the scene, and this is done very nicely by Srila Kavikarnapura in Ananda Vrindavan Shampu. He says, so this is a description of the scene. The gopis looked fearfully here and there while arguing over the various possibilities. The waves of their sidelong glances skimmed across the surface of the Yamuna. The gopis scanned all directions with their wide blue eyes that resembled the petal of a blue lotus. Their unparalleled beauty astounded the whole universe. The glances of the gopis resembled rows of glittering sapphire fish darting to and fro. Not finding their clothes, they submerged in an ocean of sorrow. So this is the scene, this is the difficulty that they're having to face. So, seeing their plight, this plight that they suddenly seen that actually their clothes are no longer visible on the riverbanks. We have the perspective of Krishna coming in. So he sees their plight. So this is the description. The young prince of Vrindavan, who removes the sadness of the world, assumed a splendid aura of beauty as he sat on the Kadamba tree. His natural effulgence easily eclipsed the radiance of the sun. While smiling at his young gopi friends, Krishna joked with the gopis in a sweet and clear voice. Soaked in a nectar unknown even in the heavenly planets. So Krishna said, "Oh, young girls, you should not be disturbed by this. I have stolen your pure sparkling garments just to attract your minds and relish some pleasurable pastimes." So this was commentary by Srila Kavikarnapura, where Krishna says in a very straightforward manner, making it clear that he's the one who's stolen their clothing, and he gives the reason. It's to attract their minds, and also that he may relish some pleasurable pastimes with them. And actually, in text 9, so that's the first text we read today, it's commented by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and the same translation that appears in the Bhagavatam also appears given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in Sarata Darshini. So this is the translation. I'm going to read it because then comes the interesting commentary. Taking the girl's garments, he quickly climbed to the top of a kadamba tree. Then, as he laughed loudly and his companions also laughed, he addressed the girls jokingly. So this is the Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur goes into the dialogue in an extensive manner that ensues between Krishna and the gopis. So here's the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So we've just heard Krishna, the actual act of Krishna, taking the garments, quickly climbing to the top of a kadamba tree, and then laughing very loudly, and his companions also laughing. So here's the commentary. By laughing loudly, Krishna called attention to himself and then joked with the Vrajakumaris. So here's the actual conversation given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who has insight into the hearts and minds of the gopis and Krishna. So Krishna says, "Oh, young girls of Raja, do you know who has put all these clothes on the branch of the Kadamba tree?" So he asks a question to them. "While herding the cows, I saw them from far away and thought, today the Kadamba tree is very attractive with colorful flowers and fruits. To see this astonishing spectacle, I came running here and climbed this tree." So, and the young gopis replied, "They're our clothes." And Krishna says, "That cannot be. If they are yours, how did they get on this branch high in this tree?" So here the gopis respond to him, "You have stolen them there and put them there." And Krishna says, "Are you blaming me? I'm the son of King Nanda. Am I a thief? If you doubt me, then just go to Mathura and complain to King Kamsa." And the gopis respond, "Don't get angry. Just look closely at the clothing and see if they are women's or men's clothing." So Krishna says, "According to my understanding, they must be women's clothing because they are so colorful. But so what? You are not the only woman in this universe. Could these not be the clothes of some other woman?" And the gopis respond, "That's true. But who else besides us can come to the secluded forest?" Krishna, "Oh, girls who like to wander in lonely places. Are you the only woman who wander in lonely places and play privately?" The gopis respond, "Oh, fool, we did not come here to play. We came to worship Durga, the deity of the Kadamba tree." And Krishna, "Are you the only young woman worshipping Durga? Are there no others?" The gopis respond, "There are no others." Krishna's response, "Oh, foolish ones, every night the demigoddesses come here on celestial vehicles to worship Durga." The gopis, "Even if they did perform worship here, why would they leave their clothing here and go away?" Krishna, "Oh, young girls, you do not know anything. Tonight they will come again and perform worship. After bathing, they will then don these clothes. That is why they have left them here." Gopis, "You do not know the truth. Today we will perform worship. The deity of the forest has placed those clothes high up in the tree for us to wear after bathing." So it's very interesting because it seems Krishna takes the stance of diverting, he calls attention to himself by laughing loudly, but at the same time he diverts attention to how it is, asking the question, how is it that the clothing came to be in this Kadamba tree? So he's not taking, let it be known that he's the one who's stolen the clothing, but rather the whole issue that he creates is, how did the clothing come to be in this tree? And then it gets very sidetracked, the conversation that the gopis are asking him to identify if those clothing are men's or women's clothing. And Krishna is saying, well, why would they be your clothing? You're not the only persons who come to this bathing place. So on it proceeds. So Srila Kavikanda Pura in Ananda Vrindavan Shampu, he gives the response of the gopis when they see that their clothes are not on the bank of the river. So this is something of their internal feelings. So we're hearing the external dialogue, but there's some internal feelings. So these are as follows. The gopis thought with surprise, who stole our clothes? There is no one here except the rays of the sun, and on the banks there are only the footprints of some water birds. Perhaps the devatas have hidden our clothes somewhere, because when they visit, they do not touch the earth and do not leave any footprints. So, because we're getting the thinking of the gopis from Srila Kavikanda Pura, just by this dialogue given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, one can understand that Krishna perfectly knew the thoughts of the gopis, because he diverted the conversation into that they were just unaware that actually there were demigoddesses that were also coming to bathe there. They just came in the evening, they'd come the night before, they'd left their clothing there. And when they returned this evening, they would take their clothing. And one can also see the sort of very logical way the gopis were trying to think, oh, there's no footprints. So how is it that, where have those clothing gone? Oh, it must be that perhaps the demigoddesses have come and they've moved the clothing. And here is Srila Sanatana Goswami in Sri Krishna Leela Stava, where just this particular kind of exchange arouses great emotion in him. Reading of it, I mean, we've been hearing of it, and he says, I offer my homage to you who climb the Kadamba tree, O skillful speaker of all sorts of joking words. The pleas of the gopis quickened your greed, and you made the gopis beg for their garments. So this kind of dialogue is arousing this very ecstatic emotion, Srila Sanatana Goswami. So he's actually paying homage to Lord Krishna. And actually, it's one of the transcendental qualities of Lord Krishna, and there's an enumeration of his 50 qualities in Nectar of Devotion. And one of those is that he talks pleasingly. Another one is that he's highly intelligent. A third one is that he's a wonderful linguist. And another one, and I'm reading these that I think are relevant to this particular section, another quality is that he's truthful, and that he's an expert judge of time and circumstance. So if one looks at particularly this quality of truthfulness, because this is something that Krishna puts a lot of emphasis on in this exchange with the gopis, that he's truthful. So there's a definition of a person who's truthful, and that is that his word of honor is never broken. So it means if a person states that they're going to do something, without fail, they're going to execute that. So that's truthfulness, the definition given in Nectar of Devotion. And here we find that Krishna is assuring the gopis that they may come to collect their garments. So it's just one portion of the whole scenario. You may come and collect your garments. So the next text that we read, text 10, we hear Srila Prabhupada writing, and in Krishna book, where he writes this way. So Krishna is addressing the girls, and this point of his stating his truthfulness gets highlighted. So Srila Prabhupada writes how Krishna is addressing the gopis. My dear girls, please come here one after another and pray for your garments, and then take them away. I'm not joking with you. I'm just telling the truth. I have no desire to play any joke with you, for you are tired from observing the regulative principles for 1 month by worshipping Goddess Katyayani. please do not come here all at once. Come alone. I want to see each of you in your complete beauty. For you all have thin waists. I have requested you to come alone. Now please comply. So this is Srila Prabhupada writing how Krishna would be addressing the gopis. So there's a similar kind of statement made by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who's commenting on this next text 10, and I just read how Srila Prabhupada expresses the dialogue from Krishna's angle. And Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments that this particular text, text 10, that we read together, which was the second of the text today, which reads like this. Lord Krishna said, my dear girls, you may each come here as you wish and take back your garments. I'm telling you the truth and I'm not joking with you, since I see you're fatigued from executing austere vows. This particular text illustrates how Krishna joked with the girls. This means that what he has said is meant to arouse laughter. So that's his purpose. He actually wants to arouse laughter. So Krishna, of course, does say, I'm telling you the truth and I'm not joking with you. But the manner of expression is meant to arouse laughter. So this is Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur putting it in the words of the dialogue he's seen taking place. So this is Krishna talking, as per Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. If these clothes really are yours, then come, if you like, and identify them. Because remember, there's a sequence. They've just had this dialogue that, these clothes could belong to the demigoddesses. So Krishna's saying, if these clothes really are yours, then come, if you like, and identify them. You can take them after paying me one small necklace each in order to satisfy me, after you have insulted me. Because remember, the gopis said directly, you have stolen them. So each one of you should come individually, not all at once, or 2 or 3 together, because out of greed for the cloth, one woman will take more than one cloth. So, Krishna is predicting what their behavior is going to be, that there's going to be this kind of rush for the garments, and then so one woman will grab many garments. So he's, being preemptive. He's letting them know in advance. They should only come, one at a time, or maybe 2 or 3 together, but not more than that. So here's the dialogue continuing. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur giving us insight. So the gopis say, we cannot go there. So they're quite direct. And Krishna laughing, oh girls. And the word in this text was, the text 10 is abala, which means weak ones without strength. You have become weak due to your intense austerities and therefore cannot come here. So Srila Vishwanath adds that there's another explanation of the word abala, and that is that if you don't do this, I will not give the clothing because I am strong. What can you weak woman do? Yes. So 2 sides. Krishna's acknowledging, you may be weak from all the austerities you performed, but at the same time he's implying he's the strong one. What can they do? They're weak. So the gopis say, we do not trust your crafty words. And Krishna, I am telling the truth. Satyam is the word that's used. All Krishna said, I am making a vow to you. So according to, this is Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, so according to the Amara Kosha dictionary, the word satyam can mean truth or vow. So Krishna is using that word because it's also got the meaning that not only is what he's saying true, but it's actually a vow. He's saying, you can come and collect your clothing. How that helps the gopis. And of course, they're very sharp, and they say, we can't go there. So, Krishna, I am not joking. So the words were no marma, no narma. I see that you are exhausted from the difficulties of your vows, the vrata kashita. Because of your austerities, I'm upholding the principles of religion by showing mercy and devotion to you. So this is how Krishna is responding to them when they're saying that they actually can't come out of the water and come and get their clothing. He's saying that actually he's upholding the principles of religion by showing mercy and devotion to them, by telling them that they can come out of the water and collect their clothing, of course, on the terms that he's stated. Now, this is very interesting because Krishna, being the one who doesn't break his word of honor, meaning that he's truthful, he's saying something in accord with his statement. So in Bhagavad Gita, we hear how Krishna sees himself and how he identifies himself. And this is from Bhagavad Gita 9:24. He says, I'm the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. So this is a statement given in Bhagavad Gita. And so it really means that all the sacrifices recommended in the Vedas are meant for sacrificing this, for satisfying the Supreme Lord. And Srila Prabhupada also comments that what Krishna is saying by the statement that I've read from the Bhagavad Gita, I am the enjoyer of all sacrifices. Krishna says that. And so in actual fact, Krishna is stating that he's the enjoyer of all sacrifices because he's the supreme master. So he's the master of all the demigods, demigoddesses. So therefore, anything that's coming to them, he's actually the enjoyer because he's the master of those demigods and demigoddesses. Very logical. So this means, of course, taking into account the verse that I've read from Bhagavad Gita, that where Krishna is saying, I'm the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. And the implication is, of course, that anybody with any material desire really actually has to pray to Lord Krishna. Although that isn't pure devotion, still that person will get the desired result if they do that. So here, the gopis we know had prayed to Goddess Katyayani to attain Krishna as their husband. So, of course, they're not praying directly to Krishna to fulfill that desire. They're going by Goddess Katyayani. So it's very dignified, extraordinary, and certainly they're acknowledging that Krishna is the enjoyer of all sacrifices. But Krishna directly states this to them when they are actually letting him know that they can't get out of the water to go and collect their clothing, saying we can't go there. Krishna is saying, actually, it's because of your austerity, the sacrifice you performed. I am upholding the principle of religion by showing mercy and devotion to you, by telling you can come out of the water and come and collect your clothing. So you can see it's such a delicate situation, and so it's completely extraordinary. So text 11, which we read today, has Krishna again emphasizing that he's truthful. So he says, I have never before spoken a lie, and these boys know it. Therefore, O slender-waisted girls, please come forward, either one by one or all together, and pick out your clothes. So all that he's letting be known is that they're free to come and collect their clothing, but he's of course not addressing the issue that it's not really appropriate for a young woman to step out of the water without having their clothing. And he's also transgressed it would appear, the etiquette of a male person coming into a very private bathing area that's just for women. But he keeps emphasizing, I'm very truthful, you can come and collect your clothing. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives the response of the gopis to Lord Krishna. Because you are a liar, we don't believe your promise. So Krishna bites his tongue while saying, this is all Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, covering this text 11, I have never told any lies. From birth to now, I have not had any occasion to lie. What is the proof? These young boys are the witnesses. They are reliable as witnesses because they naturally report whatever they see. So Krishna is saying he's never had occasion to lie. And of course, one's mind goes to when he was younger and being accused by everyone of having eaten dirt, and he insisted he had not eaten dirt. So, but he says, from birth until now, he's never had any occasion to lie. And the gopis say, from far away, please throw the clothes to us in the water, or just have the young boys bring them here. So they're thinking of, the solution to this whole problem. And Krishna says, I'm unable to discern one woman's clothes from another. How then can I throw them to you? Being a very religious person, I do not touch the possessions of others, even with my fingernail. Therefore, you must come here, identify your own clothes, and take them. It is my firm rule not to touch, take, or give the things of others. So, you can see the extreme intelligence, the gopis. Because you are so impudent, you can embarrass us. Due to this fear and the fact that we are respectable women, we will not come near you. So they're staying with their position that they can't go there, and giving the reason we're respectable. And Krishna says, one of the young girls among you can come forward if she is not embarrassed and returns to you, then others can come one by one, or all can come together. If you come as a group, it would be impossible to embarrass you. The head is the topmost part of the body, and it is very beautiful. So please show me your heads. If you can show your heads, then you should not be embarrassed to show me your other beautiful limbs, including your beautiful slender waists. See the logic? Yeah, Krishna's highly intelligent. So the quality of being a pleasing talker, which is defined in Nectar of Devotion, because that was one of the qualities of Krishna, is that he's able to speak sweetly even with an enemy, just to pacify the enemy. So, of course, the gopis aren't his enemies, but Krishna is certainly trying to pacify them, because what he's doing is highlighting the beauty which is seen in their heads. And so because their heads are already visible, then it will also be their limbs and their ways will also have the same beauty. So what is the difficulty with revealing more of their beauty? And then in another sense, there's also the joking element, because he's actually playing this kind of amusing trick on them to have them expose their bodies. So here's Srila Kavikarnapura, who writes, so this is again giving some insight into the deep emotions of the gopis. So we're hearing the external dialogue from Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who's I guess, highlighting some of the logic utilized by Krishna, and the gopis remaining very firm in the stance they're taking. So here's Srila Kavikarnapura writing what the deeper internal thoughts are of the gopis. He says, "The fruit on the vine of the Kadamba tree, which is difficult for others to attain, had now spontaneously ripened for the gopis. Drinking the words flowing from Krishna's mouth, which indicated his greed for them, the gopis savored a stream of rasa-filled nectar. They saw it as an exclusive gift awarded to them on the auspicious completion of their vow. In this way, the gopis overcame the fatigue of executing their vows." So, in actual fact, the gopis are savoring these words coming from Krishna. They're seeing it as like a stream of nectar that's actually taken away their tiredness from executing these vows, which they've done. We heard their very strict eating of unspiced khichdi, and then bathing in the cold waters of the Yamuna early in the morning. So here's a description from Srila Kavikarnapura of how the gopis are presenting. Lowering their eyelids in shyness, the gopis cast sidelong glances to reprimand that expert thief who fulfills all their desires. So Krishna's appearance seemed like some good fortune arriving at the wrong time. Their extreme joy forcefully propelled them to Krishna, yet simultaneously filled them with confusion. In this state of bewilderment, they ignored the coldness of the water and submerged themselves up to their necks. So, see what the whole thing is. They actually made sure that their bodies were completely concealed. Up to their necks they were in the water. And they're even dropping their eyelids in shyness. And we have this sort of further elaboration of the conversation in Ananda Vrindavan Champu. And just to highlight this point of the gopis being so conscious of the social etiquette that goes with being a respectable woman, certainly not to expose their bodies to a young male person. So here's gopis speaking, and this is Srila Kavikarnapura. You're not considering how to remove the confusion within our intelligence. As we stand up to our necks in this water, it is the nature of village girls that we would rather drown in the Yamuna than stand naked before you, who are afflicting us. We fully understand the meaning of your words. So stating it blankly. So this is where we've come up to. They're remaining up to their necks in the water, not budging. So this was the verses of today. And it was text 12 where there was actually the same source that I've been drawing from. It's recounted here in Srimad Bhagavatam. And that's the conclusion of this so far. They're not budging. Any thoughts on the matter? Well, thank you very much for your kind attention. I thought the subject truly necessitated the commentaries by Acharyas. Thank you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.